everyone, welcome back. I hope you're all okay. Did you see the other day, the video with the Born Pretty new polishes? The voucher is working and it still works. It is XJ50 for 50% off until tomorrow. They're amazing. But for today's video, we're going to be using Spirit Guide and Dusty Pastel Green from Madame Glam, along with Sugar Rush and Flirt glitters from Sparkle Supplies. So you can save 30% at Madame Glam using my code LittleNailRoom30 and 15% at Sparkle Supplies using my code TLNR15. But the links will be in the description box down below anyway, along with discount codes and everything that I've used in this video. So I'm taking Spirit Guide. I'm going to do 2 coats on the index finger. And then I'm taking the Dusty Pastel Green. I'm going to do 2 coats on the middle finger. It's so pretty. This is the first time I've used this colour. It is gorgeous. And I'm going to do 1 coat on the pinky as well. But I'm going to do it not thick, because otherwise it won't cure. But I'm not scraping off any of the excess sort of thing. I don't mind that if there's any streaky bits or any see-through bits, I don't mind that because it's going to be covered up. I've grabbed 2 more colours, Eden Garden and Royal Pink for the thumbnail. So I'm going to go in with 1 coat of Royal Pink, give that a cure. The Madame Glam polishes only take 30 seconds to cure as well, so that's awesome. I want to do a nice base coat. I'm still going to be using this pink in the design, but just in case there's any like gaps in the design, that base colour will help hide any of that. So I've put the Royal Pink, then Eden Garden. I'm going to do a marble. I'm going to use Spirit Guide, then the Dusty Pastel Green, and then I think I'll go the opposite side of the pink, that pale pink, with more of the Spirit Guide and the Dusty Pastel Green, like the 2 colours that we're actually using throughout the design, the whole set. That other pink and the other green, they're just a little bit of a variation in their colours, so we don't really, oh no, I use the other green, but we don't really want to have too much difference in the marble of colours. Do you know what I mean? Like, we want them all to be like correlating. You know what I mean? Base coat, no, blooming gel on the thumbnail. Nice thin coat. I need to get some more of this. I'm running out. I use it so much. And we're not going to cure that. We want to let it sit for a mo while we scoop up all of that polish that we put on the palette. Now, sometimes I like to take a tiny dotting tool and just like run through the colours a little bit. And I was going to, and I was like, no, I'll just scoop it up with the ombre brush instead. And that blooming gel on the nail, because it's wet, it will pull the polish off of the brush, off of the ombre brush. I'll pull it all onto the nail and then start spreading it all out for you. You do have to be careful how much you're putting on. If you see in a second, the top left near the cuticle of the nail, just there, can you see how much polish is there? Because obviously we've got that blooming gel and then we've got all of that polish that we've just put on for the marble. So I know I show it quite often, but I don't think I explain too much too often. So we've grabbed a lint-free wipe and we just want to gently press it on the side, just like the first like 2 millimeters of the nail, and then pull away at an angle down and then swipe. And it will pick up all of that excess. You won't have any pooling and shouldn't really have any excess like wrinkling in the lamp because of how thick it is. Seek and See. I don't think this is available anymore, and it is such a nice colour. It is gorgeous. That is going on the ring finger, and that's had 2 coats, and we're going to do the Dusty Pastel Green like a quarter of the wet. No, so if the nail split up into quarters, you do the second one up from the tip, if that makes sense. It doesn't at all, but you can see what I'm doing. And the pink on the bottom, the Spirit Guide, and then just ombre it up with the same ombre brush that I used for the marble. I think brushes, they have so many like uses apart from what they are actually advertised as, like the ombre brush obviously for ombreing, but you can do the marbling with that. A lot of people use application brushes, like gel application brushes. I used to use that, and then I found the ombre brush worked better for me, but that's something else. Like sometimes I'm just rabbiting, but some brushes work better for some applications with other people than it does for you. I know people who will use a detailing brush or a long liner to do an ombre because they don't get on with ombre brushes. Yeah, whatever works for you. Just because their intended use is ombreing, it doesn't mean that they can't be used for something else. But I've ombreed that all together, and I've got the application brush from Madame Glam with a little bit of alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, not acetone, because I don't want it to ruin the bristles of my brush. And I've swiped away where I want the French to be, given it a cure, and then that where we've swiped is going to be perfect for swiping the next layer, if you know what I mean, around that the French smile line. So ombre again, the second time round always looks better in my opinion. I don't think you really need to do any more than 2 coats with an ombre. So once that's done, once the second ombre is done, give it a cure, and then we've got this so far. So I'm grabbing those 2 glitters, Sugar Rush and Flirt from Sparkle Supplies UK, and I've opened the bag, and then I've just got the cuticle pusher to like give it a good mix, because in transit it settles, and when it's sitting, you know, it just, all the heavy stuff goes to the top, and all the, not the heavy stuff, the bigger pieces go to the top, and all the fine stuff goes to the bottom. So I've mixed those 2 together, just a scoop of each of them, and I stupidly didn't put a base, like a slip layer, sorry, on the nail first of gel. A little bit of hard gel would have been fine, a little bit of builder, base coat, whatever. I went straight in with a glob of hard gel and I picked up the glitter, but I could have wiped it off. I just couldn't be bothered. But if you're going to do that, put a slip layer of hard gel, clear hard gel first, don't cure it, and then with your glob of hard gel on, or soft gel on your brush, then dip it into the glitter, and then it will come off the brush much better and go straight onto the nail, because you've got that sticky layer, that sticky wet gel that it wants to cling onto, it wants to grab onto it. Just picking up little bits and filling in those gaps, and then I will cure that, and I do go back over and encapsulate everything, and then once that is cured I will wipe off the sticky inhibition layer, give it all a file and a shape. And I don't know if it's just me, but I think it looks bloody gorgeous when it's matte. It's not staying matte, unfortunately, but I think it looks beautiful. I think it's got loads of different dimensions and different depth to it when it's matte. I love it, it's beautiful. So for the index and middle finger, they're going to be similar, but opposites. So we've put a base coat down, uncured, and I'm going to just touch with the tiniest brush into that glitter that we used on the pinky, and I'm just going to put random bits of glitter, trying to do it in like a half heart shape, like the left side of a heart. And I don't mind that the glitter kind of like disperses. I don't want it to be, I don't know how to explain it, like a solid perfect half heart shape. I want it to be kind of like spread and dispersed, if that makes sense at all. Oh, I've been playing The Sims. I've got back into The Sims. I absolutely loved it. My friend introduced me to it when I was like, when Sims 1 came out, and she was like, come round my house, I've got The Sims. I was like, I don't even know what that is. Went round, been addicted ever since. It was like, what, 22 years ago or something? I love it. But I'm terrible for it, because if I put The Sims on, I won't get off that PC for about 3 days straight. Like, don't talk to me, I'm playing The Sims. Yeah, so I need to not do that. An hour of every night is more than enough. It is more than enough. I have to tell myself that. For the middle nail, it's going to be the opposite. So it's the right side of the heart, the half heart. Exactly the same process, base coat, uncured, and slather it in glitter. As much as you want really, you can pile it on if you wanted to, or you could put the bare minimum on. I've gone for slather it on, the more the merrier. How can you go wrong with glitter, seriously? So they've had a couple of base coats wiped off, filed to make sure they're all smooth, and then I've grabbed a few little bits and bobs. So we've got some flowers, we've got some pearly opalescent rhinestones in pink, blue and green, but we're only going to use the pink and green ones. They all look green in there for some reason. AB clear gold flat back, some more white pearl, and then Crystal Parade's crystal mix in pearl. I think, yeah, it's just a crystal and pearl mix. So I've used some rhinestone glue, and on the pink nail we're going to put some of those green flowers, a white flower. We're going to put all of those little bits and bobs. I wasn't going to use the Crystal Parade crystal pearl mix, but I ended up taking, I think I just used 2 pearls from there in the end, and I'm glad I did because they're really cute actually. But yeah, so a mixture of all of those rhinestones that we showed at the beginning, some of the greens, some of the clear with the gold flat back, gold backed, some of the pearly ones, and just getting them all on there. Oh, I did use a couple of pinks by the looks. It's been a while. Once that's cured, then I add a little dollop of it in the centre of those flowers and put a caviar bead in the centre of them. So for the green one, exactly the same, but we're going to use a pink flower instead of the green, and we're going to use more green rhinestones instead of we're going to use more pink ones instead of the green ones on the pink one. And I wish I thought this through a little bit more, because when it came to top coating these, oh my god, what a nightmare. So I think if I thought about it properly, I probably would have matte top coated after the glitter, put all of the rhinestones and jazzlements on there, and then just gone around with the glossy. But hey ho, it's done. We got there in the end. On the ring finger, a nice pearl one, a pink and a green either side, and then a little gold backed one, finished off with caviar beads. Top coat on the glitter. Isn't it beautiful? Look at it. And I was really pleased with how these turned out, because I drew these on paper and I was like, I'm just not seeing it. I can't visualise it as well as I've been able to visualise other things. So I grabbed my daughter's iPad and went on Procreate, and I did it on there, and I was like, yes, this is it. And now I'm wondering why I've never had an iPad myself for Procreate to design nails. So that is what I'm going to be doing, saving up, getting an iPad, getting Procreate so I can do this. And I hope you liked it. I hope you liked the design, and I hope you liked the video. Sorry for my rambling. And of course, everything I've used is always linked in the description box down below, along with discount codes. Like I said last time, some of them are affiliate links. You don't have to spend any extra money. It just takes out a percentage of what the product is actually worth, what you've paid. I think I get 10% or something, but you don't have to pay any extra. But thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and let me know what you thought of this design. Did you like it? I love it. I love the heart. Absolutely adore it. Cannot wait to use more of the glitters from Sparkle Supplies as well. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks guys. Bye.